Alright, so real quick I'm going to show this to you folks. This is called line dividing a line. You can take any line and use it to divide another line. Now a line of course is, and I'm using this with a ruler, but I want just for ease, but you don't need one. So if this is my line right here, my line starts here, starts here and it ends over here. And I want to divide this up into, say, 5 equal parts. Now it could be it could be 3 parts, it could be 5 parts, 7 parts, 9 parts, 13 parts, what have you. But if I want to go ahead and take and divide again this line, what I'm going to do here is first I'm going to sharpen my pencil. Hold on a second. All right. Sharpen my pencil here a little bit. And maybe we'll make this line just a little thicker so we can see it. Maybe even a little darker. But again, this is the line. Now obviously you're not going to usually have lines that are this, I got these little barriers here, but this is just to really, understand that this is the starting point, ending point of that line. This represents any line, like, if I've got a line here, this obviously is the beginning point and this is the ending point. I want to divide it. So if I'm going to divide any line, what I can do is I can use the second line to divide it. And it's a really great way of doing this. I'm going to do this for you first. You could call it mechanically because I'm using a straight edge, but then I use it in hand sketching all the time, so I'll do it by hand too. So all I need to divide this is I need another line, and the thing that has to happen is the line has to start at the point where the line starts. Now I could do it on this side or that side, but usually we write left to right, so I'm going to start over here. And I need a line of any length. Doesn't matter the length of the line. So I could have a line that's this long, or I could have a line that's, this long, and it doesn't matter the angle either. It doesn't matter how long the line is. It doesn't matter what the angle of the line is. So either one of these would work. So that's the first part. The only thing that has to happen is these lines have to start at the place where the line starts. They have to start at the same place. This looks like it's missing it just a little bit, so we're gonna bring this out. Since this is longer, I'll just use this one so you can see it a little better. But again, I could use either one, doesn't matter. And in fact, I'm going to show you something really cool here in a moment. But so once we've got, I'm not going to make this as dark, but there we go. So what I need next, once I've got the line starting from the same point and this line coming down. Now again, someone will be like, well, why are you messing with the other line? Because if I don't have a ruler, or if I try to divide this into inches and it doesn't, divide, now that actually is almost exactly 9 inches, but still, if I had to divide that into 5, and then I have to start using 30 seconds or 64ths or whatever, this is for when you don't have a ruler and, you don't want to, have to sit there with all the math. It's a real quick way of doing it once you understand it. So what we need next, so I'm going to be using this line right here. Whoops, sorry, this line, this longer line going through here. This is going to be the line I'm going to use. And this line starts at the same point. So what I'm going to do is I have to use, now I can use any increment. I can use a 1/2 inch, I could use an inch, I could use 3/4 of an inch, I could use some random mark. It doesn't matter, the increment. But I said I was going to divide this into 5 different increments. So I'll just use inches, but understand that it could be any increment. That increment has to be repeated equally 5 times. There's an inch, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 increments, and these increments are equally spaced. That's an inch, that's an inch, that's an inch, and so forth and so on. These increments are equal. Okay, so no matter how many increments, whether it's 5 or 10 or 13, they have to be the same increment repeated that many times. Now this is the important part. This is the end of my 5th increment. And what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to connect the end of this increment to the end of my line. I'm going to make a triangle. But it's not random. I'm using this ending point, this 5th increment, and I'm taking this 5th increment, whoops, you probably can't see that. I'm taking this 5th increment here, and I am connecting it right there. So now what I'm going to do, this line right here is the most important, because it sets the stage for the rest of how this is going to work. Once I have this connected to there, I'm going to take each one of these lines, and I'm going to make sure that I'm using a line that's parallel to this line. So I'll put my little thing here. Now I'm going to eyeball this a little bit, but I'm going to try to make sure that this is as close, this being parallel to this line that connected this into that triangle. So let me see if I can get my hand out of the way while I draw this. So then we just bring this up over here. We're going to do this again. Try to make sure this is equal. And if I was worried about it, I could take an instrument and just kind of measure. Is that the same distance there as that is there? No, it's off a little bit. Okay, there. That's close to parallel. Whoops. There we go. That's better. Or we can do this, that right there, to that right there. Okay, there we go. So it's parallel. So we can go, and I know that because this measurement here was the same as that measurement there. This one was off a little bit. I can tell you that already. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and line this up and see how far off I was. Oh, it wasn't huge, but it's a tiny bit. And so that's why I use it in hand sketching. It allows for error, and you'll still be much closer than if you eyeball it. So that's why, again, you can use this for hand sketching, and it's a really great tool because, again, usually if you just eyeball it, put it down there and hope for the best, you're not going to be anywhere near right. That one kind of got off. Let me go ahead and, there we go. So again, this is supposed to be parallel to this. And usually when I'm sketching, it's easier to see if the line's parallel by bringing it out a little bit more, so I can compare that to that. But for this, I'm not gonna do it as much. So again, we're gonna come here. Again, I can go ahead and try to eyeball it, and then see if it's parallel. See if that is parallel to that. That's pretty close, pretty good. Oh, let's get my hand out of the way. So by doing this, let me go ahead and do this one. All right, so by doing this, these lines are all parallel to this first line, or pretty close to it anyways. And so what we'll get is that we've done this properly, and I guess we could, again, this was off a little bit, so let's go ahead and make sure that it is truly parallel. If they had like, I'm gonna put it right there. They have little drafting tools that people would use that actually look like two hinged rulers, and it's so that as this hinge opened up, they would stay parallel. And it's for doing this exact little exercise. But now I'm going to have these 5 points are going to be fairly equally spaced, and they're going to be much closer again than if I eyeball them. But if I wanted to, to measure them, I could check, and these are all within like a 32nd of an inch. They're not exact, but they're within a 32nd of an inch. That's a nice degree of tolerance for error. If now, again, I said I do this all the time. So let me do it here maybe, or maybe here. But if I've got a line, once again, I can go ahead and go, all right, well, I want to divide that line. Give me a line of any angle. I'm just going to make an increment by using my thumb and the end of the pencil. And so I'll start it here. And I'll go, okay, well, this is my increment. I'm going to repeat it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Got my 5 equal increments. This is the end of the line. This is my most important part, so I'd want to go ahead and connect this to that. And then my next 5 lines, I'm going to do this upside down because it's a little easier for me to see. I'm going to take my next 5 lines and I'm going to bring the lines out so I can see if they are indeed parallel. Now that's kind of meandering all over the place. That's a little better. Moving a little bit, so I'm going to move that over just a scotch. And always try to compare it to this first one. Whoops, that's coming in. That's not too bad, I think. So we'll leave that one there. Bring this one through here. Again, I'm looking for this line as I'm drawing this line. And again, I'm drawing it longer so I can tell if it's parallel or not. So again, very quickly, I've divided a line by hand, sketching, and divided it into, fairly equal increments. Again, I could take this and go ahead and measure these, and they are indeed, again, they're under a 1/16 of an inch, so around a 32nd, probably somewhere between a 32nd and a 1/16. But again, very, very close. And if I was doing a head, and I had to divide, your oval into 5 eye spaces, lo and behold, I'm going to use this technique. Now I'm going to show you one last thing that's kind of cool. Let's come back to this guy. I said I can use any increment, and this will be the proof. So with this one, I used 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. But let's use this line, this little line right here. So I'm going to use, it can be any length and any size. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch increment. Oh, maybe we'll do 3/4. Oh, this is divided into. This is a drafting ruler. I didn't even realize that when I grabbed it. All right, fine. We'll do halves. No, I'm going to do this. We'll do 7/10. It's divided into tenths instead of 1/16 because it's a drafting ruler. And wait, what? Yeah, I figured that got off. Okay, hold on. That's 7. Yeah, I got that one off too. So this one there's 7 right there. There's 7 right there. There is 7 right there. And there's 7 right there. Okay, so again, equal increments. This I'm going to go ahead and erase. This I'm going to go ahead and erase. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal increments. This is the end. And what I will do is I'm going to take this to the end of the line and connect it. And now I'm going to take this point and I'm going to make it parallel to that. And I could do each and every one of these if I wanted to, but you might be already seeing something interesting here. Let me get my hand out of the way. Try to hopefully see. So I'll draw my line. We're going to find out. Kind of moved my ruler a little bit, but anyways, as I was trying to draw that, let me do this one. It's a little easier. But again, we're going to find out that if we parallel this line, maybe I'll turn it up, that they're going to hit the same place. So if I get this second increment, make it parallel to this line, which is right about there. Lo and behold, it does not matter the increment. You end up at the same place. It's a wonderful curiosity. I'm putting this here just so I can see if this is parallel. It's a little easier to see as I'm guesstimating. And again, you always use the first line because that's the one that's really critical and crucial. So again, it does not matter. If you notice, these are hitting the same place. And that's really very, very cool. And we use this in perspective especially, but you can use it in just hand sketching as well. But again, by using a different line of a different length, didn't matter. The thing that matters is that the lines start at the same place, that you use the same increment as many times as you're going to divide the line. So this is the same increment 5 times. This down here was the same increment 5 times. Once I connected these, and you have to connect the end point to the end of your line, and that gives you the line that you parallel all your other lines to. And what happens is, again, it will divide. This will divide the line 5 times. This was kind of off because my ruler moved a little bit because I was trying to kind of tweak my hand. But this is line dividing another line. Enjoy this. This is a really powerful tool in so many different ways, especially for intermediate and advanced drawings, perspective drawings, cityscapes, and all kinds of stuff, comic book drawing and things. Have yourselves a great day. Yeah, have fun with it. This has been Kevin McCain with Kevin McCain Studios. Bye-bye now. Be creative.